Greetings, it's Mia. It is Monday, so therefore it is time for another symbolism. Today we're going to be talking about camel symbolism. So camels have been coming up, so I wanted to discuss a little bit about them because it's an animal that actually is indigenous to North America. A lot of people don't know that. The cousin to the camel is the llama that's still here, but camels are originally from America. If you weren't aware, now you know. Humility, camels represent humility because they kneel down to ground when carrying like heavy things. Camels carry a lot of load, like a heavy load. So they represent like endurance and patience. Kind of like when you're working on something or you're working on a project, you're carrying a lot. You need to be resilient. You need to be consistent. It's very similar to like a bull in a sense, but the camel is a little bit different because the camel has a different type of endurance level because it doesn't need to actually nourish itself to get through long periods of travel. And when we're here on Earth and whatever we're creating, we're navigating through the waters of Earth. We're navigating through our project. We're navigating through our mind because travel does not actually mean moving your feet. You can travel within one space. And you can travel in different ways, whether that be through your mind. Actually, you're always traveling through your mind because everything is coming from the mind and you're manifesting it down to this physical reality. So the camel is a symbol, like I said, of humility, patience, endurance, and also prosperity and resilience and stubbornness, because sometimes stubbornness is good when it comes to getting to a goal. Like you need to be stubborn to get to accomplish something, or else you could get weakened and you might feel like you don't want to finish because it's difficult to finish. So the camel represents not only stubbornness, but resilience. And the prosperity aspect comes from being able to get through long periods and tough challenges to finish the goal. And when we talk about camel, we even know that camel used to carry very like golds and metals and very luxurious things that are considered precious that have kind of been lost over time, the preciousness of these metals. However, that doesn't change the truth that copper, gold, silver, and things that camels carried, even books, are very, very precious and should be valued. Because those are records for one, and then the metals are related to the planets. And they also are things that help us heal because they're produced in the body. It can help alleviate certain diseases and things like that. So camels represent that. The other thing that's interesting about the camel is the camel has the ability to conserve water and tolerate dehydration. Camels can travel in severe heat and they can go several days without even drinking any water. I read somewhere also that camels can go 10 months without drinking water at all if it's not working. 10 months without like drinking any water. That's crazy. So this really reminds me of myself because I've had plenty of endurance tests where I felt like I was in a desert, just like a camel, and had to do things without many resources. So we've all been there. We've all been the camel or can resonate with the camel. So it is a very powerful animal for just prosperity and humility. Um, what else is it? It's very adaptable because it's not actually used to living in deserts like people think. That's something it evolved into. So the camel had to evolve to be able to live within that type of climate that it now exists in. That's not its natural state. So the camel also represents adaptability. So what else? Another thing is when I looked at the goddesses associated with camel, the ancient prehistoric goddess Alat came up, which is an Arabic origin name. Excuse the background noise, you guys. I'm outside in the park, so I'll try to take it out to the best of my ability. But as long as you can hear me clearly, everything's all great. C'est la vie. So Alat is a sacred, Allah is associated with the goddess of like harvest and fertility. And we talked about camel and how it's endurance and prosperity and getting to the other side of your journey. getting to the other side of your travel. And we were just talking about how we travel in many different ways. We can travel by foot, or we can actually travel through our mind to accomplish things. We can travel in meditations. There's different ways of traveling, and it's all about navigating. So the camel itself represents the journey of life in general as well. And a lot was all about harvest, fertility, and sacred animals. Her other animals were the lion and the gazelle, and we already named the camel. She's considered the goddess of harvest, fertility, and love. And she's also seen as very closely associated with Ishtar, which is the queen of heaven. Allah is actually a triple goddess triad of Manat and Uza. Also, prehistoric goddesses, triple goddesses. And we see triple goddesses in different cultures. Like across every culture, there's a triple goddess. So this is a very important aspect that's being shown, especially when we talk about the camel in relation to it. Allah was also known for war, peace, combat, prosperity, which is interesting because when I looked it up, it said that she was also closely related to the moon. And when we think about the moon changes every 2.5 days to a different sign. So essentially we get roughly 2.5 days of each sign every 30-day cycle. So if it's June 1st and to June 30th, we'll receive 2 of Scorpio, for example, 4 days of Scorpio, 4 days of Capricorn, etc. So I hope you understand that. So that gives me what that makes me think of is basically the changing energies, the change that's always constant every single day. Because when you think about Allah and it says war, peace, combat, prosperity, and also the queen of heaven, that's a lot of different energies. And when we think about the moon is molding to all of these signs. It's containing different energy every single day. And based off of the squares and challenges that it makes in the sky, depends on how those energies are developed and channeled down here on Earth. So this was a very powerful thing to actually come up associated with the camel, and also showing how ancient the camel is and how sacred the animal is and what it represents, and it should be respected, as well as the energy of the goddess, the energy of the moon, and how we are able to channel that energy and use it down here on Earth to get things accomplished that we want to accomplish. Today I actually was supposed to post. I'm actually going to post it. You'll see that I posted something about the moon being in Scorpio today, because Scorpio, a lot of people always say, I don't like this sign, I don't like that sign, but you need to learn how to respect the energy that's being channeled through the person. And when you understand that you are actually channeling that energy that you don't like, because if the moon is in Scorpio right now, that means that all of us have the mindset of like a Scorpio. Whether some of us are tapping into the shadow side or the light side, I don't know. But for a little bit of both. Nevertheless, the energy needs to be respected, because I am very grateful for the Scorpiotic energy today, because it allowed me to look into things, take a deeper look at things that I might be missing. And that's what Scorpionic energy is. It is the underworld. It sees things that other people can't see. And when the moon is there, it gives us the ability to tap into that energy, even if we don't have a lot of Scorpio energy in our chart. So it's a gift. So yeah, so that's pretty much it. I hope everyone enjoyed. Much love, much peace, much fulfillment on your journey, whatever aspect or whatever vibration you're in. May you move forward in peace. All right.